What's up, guys? So today, doing a little bit of running around, and I'm getting a phone call. Let's see who it is.
It's my dad.
Oh, hang on. All right. So, anyways, that was kind of cool. Chris actually called. He works. He transfers between a couple junkyards, and every once in a while, cool shit comes in there, and we can pay for the weight of it and take it. And he was like, hey, there's a pit bike up here that just got turned in, don't have a motor, but it's got everything else. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna need that. So I'm gonna swing by there, pick that up. I just got through going to A&A Cycle Salvage and getting a rotor rim set up for my heap of shit that I can't get freaking figured out. But I picked up a rotor rim this time. It's got good bearings on it, so all I got to do is cut spacers to make the spacing right, and then should be set. So depending how nice this frame is Chris got, I might just put my motor in this frame that's up here and call it good. We'll see. But other than that, today we are going to go to Gas and Supply and get a gas set up for the Lincoln welder and rent a bottle and all that jazz. And then I'm going to stop by and see my buddies at American Hose and HOSE for you funny guys, and talk to them about some fuel line and fittings, and support a local company. You know, instead of ordering some $300 kit online, I can go up there and they'll probably hook me up for, you know, maybe $100 or so if I'm lucky. So we'll see. But that's what we're doing today. We're gonna run around. So went to Gas and Supply and got hooked up. Went ahead and sprung for the 80-pound bottle. That way I didn't have to, if I do use, I don't know how much I'm gonna use because I don't use that welder all the time, but I don't want to have to go get it refilled every freaking couple weekends. So sprung for the 80-pound bottle, got my regulator line and all that, and now we're gonna head back over. We had to chase down some fittings for the fuel lines, so I'm gonna go back over and get some hose and some really smooth road right there. Go get me some hose, and then well, man, people do not know how to drive today, by golly. Woo! Gonna get some hose and get back to the house. Alright, okay. I forgot to record B-roll. I do that a lot. I forget every time. But we're almost home. And we got pretty much everything that we need for the fuel system. It's a real pain in the ass to find a couple of the fittings, so now I understand why the one guy that has a kit for sale online charges so much for it, because he's the one that found all the fittings, probably bought all of them. But we're gonna get to the house and show you what we got, what we need, and show you guys how to save a little bit of money when you're doing your fuel lines on this LS swap for an OBS. Anyways, the older ones, the 95s and older, that you have to switch the tank to filter side because that soft line's too it won't hold up to the 60 psi that you need for an LS. So I'm gonna show you guys the solution I came up with, and I'm gonna tell you why I went with the way that I did instead of paying for the $300-400 kit, which was the next best thing I could find, and I'll tell you how much I spent on what I got so far. So let's get to the house and see what we got. Alright, so we made it back to the house. I'm gonna go over real quick what all I picked up, kind of explain what the plan is, what I'm doing, what I checked on, and really, I know there are better there are kits for the fuel system for this swap. I know that. I wasn't too happy with the price, of those swaps, so I didn't go with that. The cheapest one that had pretty much everything all in one kit, with the filter, the pump, the line, the fittings, everything. It was like, all in all, it was like 400, right around 400 bucks. I did not want to pay that. No. So I came up with another way to do this, and for those of you who are on a budget, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it. You can either do it my way, or you can just have the peace and comfort of ordering a kit that is verified, that you know when that box shows up at your doorstep, it's got everything you need, and you just get to work. It's up to you. So on the 95's stock, whatever you want to call it, sending unit, mine has been hacked. If yours was original, it would have on your feed, this is the feed, it would have this type of fitting on it. Mine has been hacked and redone and janky shit. So what you would do, and these are metric, these are specialty, so you do have to find these, but it is this, I want to say it's there's like M14 and M12, I want to say, by 1.5 to -6 AN. So you'll need that here so that you can get a female -6 AN fitting and screw in here like this. Well, this is factory, but anyways, on a 95 or older, this stock hose will not hold up to 60 psi. Some people do it and get away with it for a year, and then you don't hear anything from them because they sold the truck, and then some of them a year later, some of them 2 years later, some of them 2 weeks into the swap, their fuel lines rupture, crack, start leaking, whatever. So at my local, I deliver to these guys, my local hydraulic hose shop. This is air or fuel combo line. It's good for 400 psi. It is fuel rated. It can handle up to E85 fuel without eroding. It's 3/8. For you guys that don't know, 3/8 inch hose is 6 AN. That is the same thing. So what I did was, I'm gonna get those two fittings. I'm gonna order those fittings for the, actually I'm gonna get a whole new sending unit. I'm gonna get a new one of these so that it has the proper deal on it, and this one's twisted, so it's probably, which is the return, so it doesn't matter a lot, but we're gonna be running higher pressure and I want everything to be right. So I'm gonna order a new one of these, probably just get it from O'Reilly's or something cheap. Get a new one of those. I don't know why that's not sitting there. Okay. Get that. I'm gonna order the fittings right here to get me out to a male -6. Okay. Once I get the male -6, I have these push lock connectors for this hose. So once you cut the hose perfectly straight and you shove this in there and you put it all the way up to this, it is locked. It is push locked. And I have seen a man hang a T of this on a forklift on forks, put it 10 feet in the air and hang off of it. He literally hung from it. A 180-pound man hung from it. So it's strong enough. So we're gonna do that on both sides, okay? And then that gets our hose down the rail of the truck. That's where we're gonna get, hang on, I'll come back to that. Okay, so then we'll be going down here. Now our fuel filter sits about right in here under the fuel rail. Okay, so picture with me here. The return will be a straight run all the way through because it doesn't go through the filter. It will come all the way up here to the fuel rail. Okay. It will go to the 5/16 is the smaller one. So I'm going to use this, push it on, and then I've got my AN fitting. Then I screw another one of these on here, and then boom. I've got this hose. This is my return. Put hose on that, hose all the way to the tank. Okay, then your return's done. Then for your feed, I have the 3/8 one to 6 AN. That's going to snap on the fuel rail. One of these. Hose down to the filter here. I have to order, these are the same metric fittings right here are the same ones that you have to order for the tank, because it's some weird one and a lot of local places don't have those. I happened to get lucky and find one of these. I already forgot. They call this a push tube or boom tube or bump tube. They call this fitting a bump tube in the hydraulic world. So you're looking for a 3/8 to 6AN bump tube, which 3/8 is 6AN. So they call it a 3/8 bump tube or a 6AN bump tube. It needs to have this O-ring on it. It's easier for you at your parts store if you're bad at explaining. Just go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone or wherever and get your filter beforehand. Go up to the parts or to your local shop, or order these online. It's up to you. This will screw in here. It doesn't go much. It only goes like 2-3 threads, and then that O-ring bottoms out. Then you're boom. You've got a good connection there. I'm going to do this on both sides. Then we're going to have this. So we're going to have our feed from our fuel rail. We'll go like this, actually like that, and it will have hose, and the hose will come to here. Okay, then we'll have another one of these here. Okay, and then we'll have another one here, and we will go hose from there to our fitting on the tank, on the feed side of the tank, and that's it. The money that I spent on this combo hose is 92 cents a foot. It's way cheaper than PTFE or the braided stuff or any of that, and it's just as safe. It's not going to be subjected to heat, really, and it's good for 400 PSI, which we're only going to be doing 60, so we're well within safe. This was 92 cents a foot. Most kits that I saw gave you 25 to 30 feet. Okay, so I went ahead, since it's so cheap, I went and got 35 feet, so I had extra. So this and these fittings, these 6 of these that I need all together, this right here was $42 for the hose and the fittings. Okay, and then these AN fittings were, at my local speed shop, they're $14 a piece, which, give or take, that's about right. And then I am looking at, I spent $8 a piece on these bump tubes. These were $8 a piece, which that's about right. So spent 16 bucks there, and then I'm gonna spend about 20 bucks on the 2 fittings I need for the tank. Okay, so 20, we'll say another 20, so 40 plus 42 is 82, and then another 28. So I spent just a hair over 100 bucks. Never mind these. Just spent just a hair over 100 bucks on this. Oh, and the filter was 10 bucks. So I got like 120 bucks in this fuel hose kit. That's way cheaper than them other kits. So that's what I'm going to do on my fuel system. I'm not going to get to it today. It's Wednesday, it's my day off, and I spent all day running around. I edited a couple videos for you guys. And again, please bear with me on the work schedule. I can't do shit the days that I work. I'm so tired when I get home. I go to bed, and when I wake up, it's time to get up and go to work again. So I'm sorry. I know that a lot of y'all are more interested in the high country interior. I understand that. I also today went and got gas, and I got the wire and hose and regulator and tips and all that I need to get the Lincoln set up to run gas. So this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, I'm off Monday. I'm gonna have a lot of time, so I am going to try to get some material. If I have to, I'll just go to freaking Lowe's, because I ran out of time to go buy my metal supplier here local. I'm gonna get some material, and this weekend I am going to, hold me to it, I am going to get the dash kind of mocked up. I'm gonna get it, start doing some notching on it, on these 2 sides to get it narrow enough, and then this pocket for the pillar is going to have to come down to about here for it to sit as far back as we want it to. So I'm going to get that going this weekend. I know you guys, a lot of you guys are really just into the interior swap, so I'm going to get you guys some content. I am going to work on the harness some more. All I really got to do, like I said in the last video, is I just got to slim this down a little bit more and attempt to get some 1-inch looming on it. I don't know how well that's going to go, but I'd like it to be that thin, not, you know, this big sitting right there behind the firewall. So that's your update for today. I know it's not much. I didn't get anything done on the truck really. And for you guys that are getting wore out on the pit bike stuff, I'm sorry, dude. We're having fun. I saw a huge rush of followers come in for the swap, the interior swap, and that's awesome. I'm glad that many people are that interested in that. But I'm gonna say this from the beginning of the channel. I hope to go far as a content creator, but I'm here to have a good time. I'm gonna keep doing what I enjoy doing, and man, you know, I'm blessed to have a friend like James help me out. And it's not every day he wants to take time out of his life to come over here and just every damn weekend work on this truck. I understand that. He wants to work on the bikes a little bit. He wants to ride around. I'm the same way. This last Saturday we were supposed to do some stuff on the truck, and I got the pump pulled and I was like, and he worked on his tube, got his tube straightened out, and we basically dicked off on the bikes the whole rest of the day. That's it for today. I'm gonna keep doing what I enjoy. I'm gonna make sure that I get I'm gonna do a little extra editing, because basically during a normal week I only have Sunday to edit and Wednesday to run around and get parts and edit and maybe do some work. So I will work on getting more videos ready. That way I can put them out through the week and keep some content pumping for you guys. So that being said, that's a wrap for this one. Thank you all for coming along. I think we're up to like almost 890 subscribers now, which is a huge jump. Thank you all. Please continue to tell your friends. If y'all like what you see, me and James messing around with the truck, farting off with our other buddies on the pit bikes, maybe getting into some pit bike how-tos and stuff like that, come along. So other than that, y'all keep your heads up in this hard time, and yeah, that's it. Later.